All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel again. Appreciate all the love and support with you guys coming over. Uh, this video here, we're back on the urban legend Will Evans channel, which I'll leave in the description so you guys can check out more and subscribe. This brother does a great job gathering and breaking down this information, man. Shout out to him. So Kendrick Lamar warned to give Drake public apology and end beef or else. I heard about this. I don't know it like all for detail. I just know that somebody's supposed to reached out and said, yo, we gotta squash something because they were losing money or something like that. But to me, this just shows, because on the Truth Is channel, he talked about Drake being an industry plant and just industry plants in general, how they put people in position to succeed, give them a lot of money, get their influence going and all that. So we'll check this out. Appreciate y'all. We ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
This might be the most important video I've done on this topic so far. Urban Legend Will Evans, y'all know what it is, bro. UMG is calling off Kendrick Lamar off Drake because billions are at stake. This is a report that's going around. It says from an insider, and they're waiting on the proof in the form of documents, so they'll update whenever they receive it. This is what's being said. PG Lang, aka Kendrick Lamar, and EXO, The Weeknd, as of yesterday, were asked by Universal Music Group to end the beef with OVO and Drake. Kendrick apparently isn't budging on it, but UMG is pressing hard on their request to squash the beef. UMG also had a Zoom meeting with all of the parties involved, and they want Kendrick, either directly or said through PG Lang, his company, to post a statement clarifying that Drake isn't a pedo if Kendrick agrees to end the beef. Drake is losing the beef in Universal Music Group's eyes, so from their perspective, the sooner it ends, the better. The pedo claims and accusations directed at Drake are costing UMG, Nike, and the other parties a lot of money.
Right.
So they want Kendrick Lamar to squash it right now, put out a statement, even if it's not true, put out a statement to fix this, because Drake just did a deal up there worth $400 million. Drake just signed his life away to UMG. And this is why Kendrick is saying the lines in the song.
Think about that for a second, you guys. $400 million. And you think about today, and their back and forth they had, and how Drake got information that wasn't even real. Think about that. So you got this dude, literally, you give a dude $400 million and he can't even get the right information. I just think it's all just pretty crazy, man. 400 million. And think about all this stuff that's going on with him now with the young girls. 400 million.
When he's saying, show me your splits and I'll double back with you. You want to talk about splits? Show me your splits. I'll promise you I'll double back with you. That's why Kendrick is saying those lines, because Drake probably doesn't own much of his catalog at all or his life right now. It's been reported that Drake is being required to put out 2 albums a year. So people think Drake just drops because he wants to drop. But reports are going around that says Drake puts out 2 albums a year because Universal Music Group is forcing him to. Because he just did a deal with them in 2022 for $400 million, the biggest deal in music business history.
Think about that.
Especially for a rapper. And they have 4 of the top 5 earning artists in any genre over at UMG. Now, this is interesting, bro. $400 million for a record deal. That's crazy. He just got he got Patrick Mahomes numbers for a record deal. This is what an article says. It says, after rampant speculation about a bidding war for his services, Drake appears to have finalized a mega deal with Universal Music Group that could net him upwards of $400 million when it's all said and done. Drake has been known to be making about $50 million. This is what they're reporting. $50 million for his label every year just off of the music. They're saying annual earnings are $50 million. I believe that is much more than that. I believe Drake is making much more than that. If they're giving him $400 million, they know they're going to recoup that probably within 5 years. That's a lot of money to give a rapper, bro. And I know Drake is, multi-talented. I know he's a songwriter, so they're getting publishing off of other people's songs.
And that's why I said, when I asked that question, are you guys still supporting him? There's a possibility like some Drake fans could not have known. It's possible. Some people just listen to the music but don't really hear it. They're just dancing, and it's a lot of lyrics that are going through one ear and out the other. So it's like now you can't escape it. You can't. You can't just ignore it. I mean, you can if that's the type of person you are. You can ignore the lyrics and all this crazy stuff that's going on with him. But when you do a thorough breakdown of his songs and his lyrics, and he's basically telling you what he's doing in the songs, and you hear it and understand it, and you still listen, you're part of the problem too. You're part of the problem too. I could see if he was doing this stuff in his regular life, and then the music he was making had nothing to do with his regular life. And I always ask that question: can you separate the artist from the music? But his music is literally intertwining. So there's no excuse.
Than that, if they're giving him 400 million, they know they're gonna recoup that probably within 5 years. That's a lot of money to give a rapper, bro. And I know Drake is, multi-talented. I know he's a songwriter, so they're getting publishing off of other people's songs, and things like that. But if you guys remember, this article says this right here. It says in July 2020, entrepreneur Steve Stout is somebody that's in the music business heavy, and rapper Russ discussed the possibility of Drake going independent and predicted a big payday on the horizon. Now, I remember this. This was a big thing back in 2020. Drake was a free agent and he could have went anywhere he want or go independent. Steve Stout ended up saying, if Drake goes independent, the music business is over. Why did he say that? Because if Drake goes independent and he just puts his album out on his website, he's going to make $10 million every week for 60 weeks. That's what Steve Stout said. Now, there's a lot of different companies involved in this situation. Obviously, Drake has OVO, but Nike is investing in him. I guess, his OVO label is housed under Warner Records, so they're invested in him. And they have all Drake's artists over there. His streetwear line. Obviously he has Nocta. He recently launched a company called Better World Fragrance, which is a luxury candle company. So there's a lot of companies that are looking at it like, we just gave this man a lot of money. We can't afford for his career to end. So it's being reported that UMG, Universal Music Group, is asking Kendrick Lamar to put up an apology, step down, and get off this beef.
But what about the video that's out there? Let's just say Kendrick Lamar just went on record and apologized, right? All of this stuff, like I said, when I did some research, you got videos from 5, 4, like just years ago that ain't nothing to do with Kendrick. So what about that? It's my question. The biggest one is him kissing that girl on stage that was 17. So what are you going to do about that? It's not, but it's like where there's a will, there's a way. They'll find a way to keep Drake going, because like I said, it's some people, he probably have enough fans to still succeed. A lot of people probably just don't care about that. And that's part of the problem. It's bigger than hip hop to me,
Because you're costing us billions of dollars, you're costing Nike billions of dollars, and Kendrick like, nah, standing on business. Like, bro, I'm still with it. I don't care what y'all talking about. And maybe this is the reason why we see Kendrick Lamar's album covers, all the stuff getting taken down, all the pictures that require, Drake's consent technically by law, all that stuff is getting taken down. Maybe it's not Drake. Maybe it's Universal Music Group. Like, you know what? We're going to do everything we can. If he don't want to budge, we're going to start playing the legal game. You know what I'm saying? So this is interesting, bro, because Kendrick Lamar has a deal with UMG too for publishing. Now, if you guys don't know how the music business works, you have publishing deals and you have record deals. Publishing deals is just, we can license your music to different places. So like the NBA, when you hear the NBA playing Kendrick Lamar's song at halftime or at quarter breaks or timeouts or whatever, you hear Kendrick Lamar's song on TNT, that's licensing. They're licensing his music, allowing other people to use it, and they're getting a paycheck off it. Now, Kendrick did a deal for that, and that's not owning the rights or the masters to his music. They don't own that, but UMG does own some of his publishing. I don't know if they own all of his publishing, but I know they own a percentage of his publishing for sure. He's on their website. You can go check it out for yourself. This is all public knowledge. Now, this is interesting because this means that if this is true, Drake has officially lost, bro.
Yes.
Because your business partners, the people that gave you hundreds of millions of dollars, 400 million from UMG reportedly, and I don't even know what Nike gave them. It's an undisclosed amount, but if that's the case, they're feeling like you're losing this beef. Your public image is being tarnished, and we need to save you. We have to step in to save you. And that's telling in itself right there, bro. And obviously, nobody wants their number one artist, especially in the hip hop genre, for UMG. He's their number one artist, because especially if they own everything. If we own a huge percentage of what you got going on now, I don't know. He might have a net profit deal. You know what I mean? Which is basically, we put money up together for our projects and we split at the end, whatever we make. If it's an 85-15 split, I get 15%, you guys get 85% because y'all gave me in advance, and whatever, we go our separate ways, right? I don't know if that's the case, but it could be that. But this is super interesting, bro. We might not hear another diss from Kendrick Lamar or Drake. And Peter Rosenberg and Cypher Sounds, who are, music industry dudes, they had a conversation about this, and I'm gonna let you guys hear what they have to say. Check this out. This is what they say.
Don't be shocked if this beef ended with Drake's last drop. Not because he lost, but his corporate partners, Nike, NFL, NHL, are all probably getting nervous about the perception of the things being said.
I don't even think they have to say it. I think Drake's team's smart enough to go, we're about to with the money.
It's too late.
So that's Cypher Sounds and Peter Rosenberg saying that, bro. So obviously people are nervous out there, and you guys got to look at it from a business perspective. Do I think that is cool? No. On a hip hop cultural level, I'm like, bro, that's weak. You know what I mean? Let Kendrick keep doing what he's doing. If Drake is strong enough to stand on his own, let him stand on his own. But this goes to show you guys what goes on behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. It's not always all about music, bro. It's marketing. It's companies behind. Not just music business companies. It's not just record label versus record label. This is not OVO versus TDE or Cash Money, Young Money versus TDE. None of that, bro. This ain't even Kendrick versus Drake. This is Kendrick versus UMG, Kendrick versus the NFL, Kendrick versus Nike, Kendrick versus all these mega billion-dollar companies, bro. So y'all looking at it like, oh, Drake, he going 1v20 with all these rappers. Man, these rappers are the smallest part of it. Kendrick got to go up against companies, bro, like major Fortune 500 companies. So the way you guys is looking at it, you got to change the way you look at it, because there's businesses invested in these guys, both of them. You know what I mean? And obviously Kendrick has some huge endorsements too, so they don't want Kendrick to lose. But the fact that UMG is calling it off on Drake's behalf and, being reported to say they want an apology, man, we're going to see how this plays out, man. That's the report. This might be the most important information we got on this beef so far. This goes to show it's not all just on an even playing field, bro. Some people have different people pulling strings behind the scenes and different corporate sponsors. And if you thought a guy like Meek Mill or Pusha T had a chance fighting against that machine, it wasn't going to happen, bro. So if you didn't know that before and you know it now, that's what's going on, man. You guys know I'm going to bring you the news. If I got receipts, I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to show you guys what's really going on behind the scenes, bro. And in front of the scenes if I can. Urban Legend 111, y'all know what it is. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss videos like this, man. Crazy. I'll see you guys next time. I'm out of here.
Hey, man, what a great breakdown. And it just goes to show you how power works, right? I'm just, to me, when you look at Drake, you look at people like Diddy, because when you have these, I mean, it's one thing for someone to speak out, without, like, if you don't have any receipts, if you're just saying, like, he did this, he did that, and it's kind of he say, she say, or whatever. But when there's actual video evidence, like me, again, me seeing him on stage with that girl was enough. Because, you kiss her and then you find out how old she is, right? And it's like, oh, no. But then you continue to give her compliments, which is just crazy to me. Crazy. But it just show you, like, when a person is in such a high position of power, they feel untouchable. And it really upset me because I didn't know all that stuff existed, but I had been listening to Drake music. Like, if I'm in a car, you know, you're driving around, and like I said, I listen to K-Day, but sometimes might be on Spotify or something, you know, and Drake music come up. You know, I'm in the car driving, bobbing my head and stuff like this. You know, it's just crazy, man, because that's a lot of information, a lot. And it just shows you how nasty it can get with these record labels, man. You know, wanting him to take back those allegations. It's like, bro, you should be more worried about investigating if this stuff is true. You know, it's crazy. But hey, appreciate you guys coming in over. Shout out to this brother for the video, man. This was a great breakdown to give you a lot of backstory of what's going on behind the scenes and why this beef kind of just came to a stop. All right, peace out.